Welcome back to the Mind of Brandon. Today we're going to continue our Bible study. As indicated by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. Now this, of course, is part of the Abraham saga, and the story actually starts with Abraham in a conversation with the Lord. Basically, the Lord is informing Abraham, you know, I've heard these rumors that the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah are just filled with wicked people, and so I might have to go destroy them, right? But basically, the Lord is going to go investigate these claims that he's hearing, right? And I always thought that this is interesting, because very often you hear this, from just, people in society. Oh, yeah, the God of the Bible, he's an all-knowing God. He knows everything. Well, not according to this story. According to this story, he's a God that has to go investigate to see if what he's heard is true, right? And so, when he's talking to Abraham about how, yeah, I'm going to have to destroy these cities, Abraham's asking, well, what if there's still good people in these cities among all the evil ones? I mean, if there's 50 good people in a city, are you still going to destroy the city? And the Lord tells him, no, Abraham, I am not going to destroy this city if there's 50 good people in there. So Abraham asks, what if there's only 45 good people? No, Abraham, I'm not going to destroy the city if there's 45 good people. What about 40? No, Abraham, what about 30? No, Abraham, what about 20? No, Abraham, what about 10? No, Abraham, I'm leaving. So the Lord leaves. And we find out what the Lord plans on doing with what few people are still left in this city. There are good people, right? And that ends up being Abraham's nephew Lot and his wife and daughters. So a couple of angels are dispatched, just messengers from the Lord, to go and tell Lot, hey, we're going to be destroying the city, you better get out, right? And so, these angels, they're invited into Lot's home, and the Sodomites actually see these two angels going in there, and, they just perceive them as men, okay? They just look like men, just dudes going into Lot's house. And they're thinking, hey, let's go have sex with them, right? So they go pounding on Lot's door, hey, bring those men out here. We want to have sex with them, right? Keep in mind, these are sodomites, as in sodomy, ass sex, okay? So, theoretically, they want to ass rape these angels that have, come to see Lot and to warn him about this impending destruction. So Lot tells these sodomites, no, you don't get to have sex with these guys, but hey, I got some virgin daughters. Would you like to help yourself to them? No, we want to have sex with those guys, right? Don't ask me. I don't get it either, okay? So, Lot, he gets pulled back into the house by the angels, and the angels decide to blind the sodomites, right? And so, eventually, Lot and his family, they make their escape. The Lord tells them, hey, don't look back while I'm destroying these cities. So what does Lot's wife do? She looks back and she gets turned into a pillar of salt. So this would be an etiological myth element to the story. It winds up explaining why there's salt pillars in the Middle East. But, basically, Lot winds up just off, it's just him and his two daughters, surviving together in the wilderness. They go to a mountain and end up living in a cave. And, their daughters are just kind of like, yeah, so where are all the guys? Well, there's Dad. Dad's the only guy around, so what do? Well, on 2 consecutive nights, they get him really drunk and they have sex with him, becoming pregnant with the children of their father. Very interesting story, right? And so these 2 daughters of Lot, they have a couple of sons. One of them has a son called Moab, who ends up being the father of the Moabite people, right? The other one has a son called Ben-Ami, who ends up being the father of the Ammonite people, okay? And, so Lot, he, of course, he's the father of these 2 kids, right? He's a relative, he's a nephew of Abraham. And so this seems to be a way for the author to say, we the Hebrews, we recognize that we are related to these Ammonites and Moabites, but we also recognize that they are incestuous bastards. Right? So this does seem to be, another etiological myth element to the story. It's explaining the origins of these Ammonites and Moabites. Okay, so I do want to mention that there's an Assyrian artifact, and I did mention the Assyrians in previous videos, an Assyrian artifact that seems to describe something similar to this Sodom and Gomorrah story. Well, what it's describing, it seems to be an asteroid impact. There's this bowl-shaped object that falls from the sky and just causes all sorts of destruction. It has been pointed out that it appears to be a copy of an earlier source. Like, it actually says that on the document. And so it may actually be based on a Sumerian eyewitness testimony. I've talked quite a bit about the Sumerians in previous videos. They're the ones responsible for the earliest written language known to us. So it may have been that, you know, this actually goes back to a meteorite impact witnessed by a Sumerian. And so once again, we have, you know, another example. We've been talking about this in previous videos, all these situations where there's a biblical story that's based on an earlier story, based on an earlier story, right? Well, here it is again, right? That said, that's it for this video, guys. I know it's a shorter one, thank goodness. I'm thankful for that because, well, shorter videos are easier to do than longer ones, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, maybe even share it with other people. If you're interested in watching my future videos, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. In my next video, I'm going to be concluding the Abraham saga with the story of his miracle son, Isaac. So I hope to see you all there. Thank you for watching. Peace, and have a good one.